Hey guys, how's it going? I'm the Duke of Italy, favorite lo-fi music YouTuber, and today we are going to talk a little bit about Klept's new album, Verbicide. Now, for those of you that don't know, because you're living under a rock for some reason, Klept is a Savannah-based sort of avant-prog, post-hardcore, Midwest, Southern, emo. They're this self-claimed post-core band that really has not tied themselves down to any particular genres, but their aesthetic is very clearly defined as one of struggle and fighting and a lot of anguish and a lot of pain and a lot of emotions in general. But their new album, Verbicide, is one that, in the year of 2022, even sticks out amongst such a stacked year full of quality releases. Now, all you need to do is listen to how varied this thing is, and you will realize that you've been missing out on something ever since this album's release, which is not that long ago, but I just want to shout it out now because it really needs all the attention it can get, because it is truly just a phenomenal thing here. You've got seriously combinations from every genre under the sun here. I'm going to start off first by talking about Caveman Bathtub, the only instrumental here, at least the only complete instrumental here, that is just a funk summer track. Kind of sounds like a Zephyr song by Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it's got this underlying layer of synthesizers that really make it more ominous and eerie. And that is one thing about this album that ties the whole thing together and keeps it from kind of straying too far, kind of like Gorillaz' last LP that sounded a little bit too unfocused. Here, the whole album does feel like it's all put together very thoughtfully, and these synthesizers keep everything from being too comfortable. You never get too comfortable with this thing. This album is exciting through and through. Even without the synthesizers, I think it still would have been pretty exciting. The song Cottonmouth Cloudy, for the most part, is this really hazy, beautiful shoegaze track that never once feels boring and is really effective at that. The song Yellow Jacket Guts is pretty much the longest track here, and it's all tied down with Luke's drumming, which is incredibly groovy, incredibly snappy, and it really keeps it all locked in together. It's almost got this sort of krautrock feeling that's just sort of just pummeling forward ahead. Also, the beginning track, Noon Crabbit, is essentially like a grunge, stoner rock sludge metal track, but it really blends all these genres super effectively. While I would describe Saren's vocal style as somewhat of a Midwest emo type, it's got so much bitterness and so much anguish behind it. It's like if you took Sunny Day Real Estate and just like stabbed him in the leg, and you were like, how is he going to sound in a week from now, and how is he going to sound at that point? Also, I think it's important to mention that his vocal style isn't just like that, because he has a whole lot of wretched screaming, some black metal style like screeches in here, a lot of growling stuff going on here. It's pretty bitter stuff, and I've seen this guy perform plenty of times, and it's kind of crazy to see how much he's grown into this almost metal post-hardcore vocalist here. The track Anna sort of has this really cool Queens of the Stone Age style stoner rock mixed with grunge type thing that's incredibly groovy, and it's incredibly snappy, being the shortest track here. Songs like Winston's Inner Monologue are plodding and have this really ominous feeling to them, and it's a really excellent tie-in of all these genres, like I've been saying before, but at the same time, it's just this grinding feeling that goes on, and it just really just feels like it's crushing your brain. I love all the post-hardcore elements of this album. That's probably what you can define this thing as most of all, but it doesn't sound like any post-rock album or post-hardcore album that you've ever heard. But the best thing that ties it all down, once again, the synthesizer layers just fill it in and just crunch it, and it gives us a whole lot of atmosphere. I want to mention my favorite track, Reclaim Rome. The final track here is this sludgy, I want to say acid bath inspired just mess of a track that's just got these growls and these really messed up vocals, and the whole thing is the most grim, maybe the most cult track here. Just, it feels like you're choking someone out right in front of you. I think it's also worth mentioning the tone of every instrument here is just awesome. I love that the drums never really stray into any like too typical a sound. The snare remains crunchy for the whole thing. Sterling's bass tone is phenomenal. The thing's got a really nice ring to it, and I do mean ring. It's got sort of a metallic, picky sound to it. If you've ever played bass, you probably know what I'm talking about. But this album, in a word, exciting. And I could really only give it that one word because every track has something different to it, but it really takes you on a journey here, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys check it out. But that's all the time I have today. Bye.